Okay everyone, welcome to a very different type of time-lapse that I'm going to be doing. Today I'm going to be showing you some watercolor paintings that I've been just playing around with. This is the first page that I did just playing around with the pencils because yes, I do not have watercolors, I have watercolor pencils because they're, well, I don't know, I thought they would be easier. They're the Faber-Castell watercolor pencils. I bought them on eBay because that's where I buy all of my art supplies. This is the box it came in. As you can see, they're Chinese and I can't read anything that's on the box, but if you're looking for them, this is what they are, and they actually work really well. As you can see, that's the first picture I did. It's of my first son. It's not good. And then I did this cactus here, which I'm actually very proud of. I can't believe how proud I am of that dumb cactus. Thank you, Instagram. And then, wow. And then I did a couple of flowers, and as you can see, I started really getting into painting lavender. I started with like this water lily, and then just started drawing so much lavender. I don't know why. It's a problem. Here's a close-up of what it looks like after putting water on the pencil. It does have a little bit of a scratchy look, but that's probably just because they're really cheap pencils. But like for starting out, I think I'm getting pretty good looking art pieces. So I decided to start doing watercolor because I don't know, I wanted to do some like physical art because I haven't been doing traditional art, and that was like my plan for the year. I wanted to start doing more traditional art and I just hadn't been doing it. So I bought the watercolor pencils kind of like to force myself to start using a new medium. And it's kind of working for like the past, like the pencils were sitting on my desk for a good month or so, maybe a little more after I bought them, because I just didn't have the time to sit down and learn a new way of doing art. But recently, probably like a week or so, it's been, I just needed to relax, so I started using my watercolor pencils, and I looked up a short tutorial just trying to see how I should use them, and then just started experimenting and not really listening. What I did take away from the tutorial that I listened to is that you start with the lightest color and then you go to the darkest, and using contrasting colors for shading helps to bring out more vibrancy to the art. Like, that's what I learned, and that's kind of the idea that I was going with. And so I started with a warm-up piece because I always need to start with a warm-up piece, especially when it comes to watercoloring. I'm starting to realize, because as you can see, it's not good. It doesn't look like a flower, and it looks kind of like a flower made out of beans, or a flower made out of, I don't know, something round. They look round, they don't look like petals. But I still have to, you know, find ways to paint different flowers. Like, if I don't have a reference, I can't seem to do it. So I decided to work on a smaller scale. So I put some washi tape so that I gave myself kind of like a limit of where I can paint and colors. So I decided to go back to lavender because lavender just seems to be where I'm going right now. So I started with like the leaves because I wasn't doing leaves, and then I was doing the stems, and then we just start drawing the little buds. I'm still not confident enough in my ability to draw the lavender, to draw the open flowers yet, so it's just buds. Like, painting these and seeing different watercolor paintings of lavender makes me really wish that instead of buying the pencils, I had bought just a watercolor palette. And my camera just, it did not want to focus when I because I wanted you guys to see really close up, but camera just, it said no, so it was no. So we got this kind of close up ish like angle we got going on. But yeah, I kind of wish I had gotten a palette, but then I don't know. I don't know if it would have been more difficult. I don't know if it would have been easier. Part of me wants to go and buy one anyway, just to see the difference, and then I'm afraid of ruining it, because you can't really ruin these pencils. I mean, you put down the color and then you paint over it. Like, that's basically the way they work. And because they're cheap and basically school supplies, the paint doesn't get everywhere. Like, I would put my hand on the wet paint and it wouldn't end up on my hand. So like, it's actually, you know, like, if you want to start doing watercolor, I do recommend these color pencils, because they were low priced. I think they were $11 maybe. It came from China, so it took like 3-4 weeks or something like that to get to me. But I'm sorry, this is so out of focus. Like, there you go. So it took a couple of weeks to get to me, but honestly, it wasn't like a big deal. If you're used to buying stuff from China anyway, you don't even, like, there's no difference from ordering regular anything else from China. But yeah, like, basically, like, this is just me trying out watercoloring, and I'm hoping to do a lot more, and hopefully eventually I will get a palette, and then I'll be able to just do more, or at least, you know, find different ways to use these pencils. Maybe I can, like, take the shavings and use that with just water and then paint with it. I'm not sure yet. I'm probably going to be experimenting a lot more off camera, but I just wanted to show, you know, the progress I've made in, like, the couple of days that I've been just playing with it. Like, I'm pretty happy with especially these lavender. I like them a lot more than I did the ones that I did before. Like, I'm learning, and that's what's important. So thank you guys a lot for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and all the things.